In today's video, we're going to talk about the latest Divi feature called Divi Position Options. This is really awesome. You're now able to move things all around your web page, and this will enhance your creativity for sure. So let me show you how this actually works. So over here now, if we take a look at our page, I've just added a few examples here so that we can play around with these as I demonstrate how this works. And before we get started as well, if you want to learn how to design websites using Divi, I have a course which has a 50% discount. It's called Web Design Formula. This course will teach you everything that you need to know about designing websites using Divi. And also, if you haven't bought Divi yet, if you buy Divi using my affiliate link, I will also give you access to this course absolutely free. All you have to do is to drop me an email, let me know the receipt number, and I'll give you access to that course. All right, let's get started. So over here, we can see we just have a pre-made layout that I've just installed here. So first of all, I want to show you where you can actually get these features, these position options. Now, these can also be found on sections, rows, and modules, okay? So let me just show you where these are. So let's start over here with this first section. So I'm going to click here on section settings. So to achieve this, you want to come over here to advanced. And now you can see here we have an entry called position. So if you click on it, we have quite a few. We have relative, absolute, and fixed. Now, for those of you that know CSS, you'll know exactly what these means. And for us that don't really understand CSS or hate CSS, it's really cool because we don't have to write the CSS to create our positions for our elements on our page. All right, so that's in the section settings. Now let's go to the rows. So again, if I come over here to my row settings, click on advanced position, you can see here are my positions. There we go. Relative, absolute, and fixed. Now, finally, these are also on the modules. So if I come over here to this text module, click advanced position, and again, you can see they're all there. So we can pretty much move any element on our website, and this is really cool. Now let's go into a few examples so you can see how this can be used. All right, so I want to start here with this first example here. So I'm going to go into this image, click on advanced position. So here we can see we can have default, and this is how this would look as you're designing it. But you know what? Sometimes you may want to play around with your designs, create some different layouts. So this positioning option here is actually really cool because if I come over here and choose relative, I can actually choose my offset origin here. So you can see I'm playing around with my offset origin. And as I'm clicking this, you can see it changing. Okay, great. Now, over here, we also have what is known as a vertical offset. So I can actually drag this precisely to where I want this in my design. I also have a horizontal one. So I can actually place this image instead of having it, side by side. I can actually place it just next to my text over here. Right. So let's say I'm pretty much happy with that. It's also important that if you come over here on the vertical offset, you can actually go in and change your values for the tablet and the smartphone, depending on how it looks. So let's save this for now. Now that I've actually gone in and activated the position options, notice what happens. This now has a handle. So you can actually go in and manually move this to wherever you want. So this is actually really awesome. Now, when I was playing around with this, if you were actually trying to look for these handles on the images or any items on your page, to be honest, you won't be able to find them. You need to go in and activate this first, the positions. So let me just demonstrate this one more time. So you can see here we have these blurbs. So let's say I go into this one, click advanced. So let's go into relative. Let's make a slight change there. Save. So now when I hover over here, you can see there's no handles there. But when I come over here, now we have a handle, which means I can move it around on the page and place it wherever I want to place it. All right, so moving on. Now this example, I did this yesterday, and this is how to create fixed headers. So I also want to show you that you can actually use this in the theme builder. So let's close out of this and go into our dashboard. So you want to come all the way down here to Divi, click on Theme Builder, and let's go into our global header. So if you want to make your header sticky as well, this is how you would do it. You just go here to your section settings, advanced, position, and then you want to make sure it's fixed. Now, if you just leave this as default, this header will not be fixed. So right now I've just disabled it. So you can see I've just saved it as default. So if I save this and save my builder, let's go out of this. And now let's go to our page. And now if I scroll, you can see that it is not fixed anymore. So that is really, really cool. And you can actually now create fixed headers without actually using CSS. Now let me do one more example here. So we can see we have this email opt-in. So let's go in and make a slight change to this and see if we can have it to stay on the bottom of the page. So I'm going to scroll all the way down here. Now let's go into our module here. Now the first thing I'm going to do is just to add a background to this, because right now it doesn't really look good. So let's add a background, and we might as well just use white. White should be fine here for the background. Okay, so what I need to achieve with this is to actually have this on the bottom here, so that when I scroll, this will be always stuck to the bottom, or maybe even on the side. So let's go in and see how we can do this. Go to advanced position. So I can go fixed. But notice that here I get this little grid here. So this grid gives an idea of where you can place this item on your actual website. So you can see here fixed is actually talking about the whole website. If you go into a relative, you can see here that this gets applied pretty much around that particular section. And if I go over here to absolute, and again, you can see this. So what happens here is when I'm scrolling, this item will be on the page, but as soon as I'm off the page, this will not show anymore. So hence we have this line. Now let's take a look and see how we can get this to be fixed. So now I've selected fixed, and you can see here it is actually fixed to the top. So as I'm scrolling, you can see it's above everything. But of course, that's not what we want. Let's fix it here at the bottom left. So you can see here, it's now fixed. And as I'm scrolling through, it is actually fixed to the bottom here. But you can also do further changes to this. So let's say you want to adjust the sizing. So you can come over here, adjust the width. So now it's more on the left side. So when I scroll, you can see here, it's stuck there on the bottom of my website. So you can further, go in and adjust this text, make it slightly smaller, because this is a bit too big. There we go. You can go in and adjust this as well. So as people are using your website, you can see here, they will be able to see the subscribe on the actual page as they scroll. But of course, you want to use this with caution, because you don't want to be covering all your content here on your page. But the point of this is to actually show you that it is actually possible to have all your elements here. And you can also have them animated. You can have them also as hover effect, so you can hover on it and then it grows out and you can see the content. But when you don't hover on it, it can just be maybe showing a little bit of information here, but when you hover over it, it just expands. Now there's quite a few tutorials that we've done on that, so you can go ahead and check this and see how creatively you can use this feature. So overall, I think you can see how powerful this is. You can create collages, you can move images around, you can do all sorts of things with this brand new feature, and you don't really need to rely on CSS to do it. Everything is now visual. So I really like this Divi Position Options. Really awesome. Now, in fact, if you want to get this update, you need to be running the latest version of Divi. So make sure you update Divi to the latest version. All right, so that does it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, thumbs up, please. Hit the subscribe button so that you get notified when I release new tutorials. Till next time, thanks for watching. Take care.